Hello. So I thought I would just do a quick example, well, a couple of examples on some good tricky word practice games that you can play at home, and with some you can get quite creative with them as well. So what we have up around in our classrooms is we have tricky word high fives. So nice thing about this is that your child can make them themselves. So what we do is we print a hand, and then write the tricky words on there, and you can start with a couple, and what we'd like to do is we put them around the classroom, so you could always put them around your home, and then what they have to do is they have to go up to it, they have to read it, go, and then they get to give it a high five. And then it's like I say, you can build them up as you go along, and then hopefully you'll have lots of tricky words around that you can just leave up for kind of however long, and every time they go around they give it a high five, they have to say it. And then the more tricky words that we learn, the more then you can build on this. So that's just one nice kind of creative idea that they can actually make themselves to learn the tricky words. We also, a bit like we do in phonics, we do 3 in a row, noughts and crosses. So like that with phonics, you would do the sounds, but here we would do the tricky word. So they can play it with you. If they have older brother or sister, they know them quite well, they can have a practice with them. But it is just the concept of noughts and crosses. If they do it, 2, and then whoever is against them, they say I. It's changing each time. And then again, the more we build up our tricky words, the more words you can add to it and switch around. And if you notice that your child is struggling on a couple, you can kind of make sure you put those ones in all the time, so they're always kind of getting that practice. And then another one you can do is kind of splat the tricky word, a bit like a high five, but just a game you can play. And what you can do is you can get pieces of paper, you can put them up high on the wall, you can put them down on the floor, and you could either just use your hands. They could jump on the word if it's down on the floor, or if you've kind of got any splatters or something like that, you would then say the word no, and then they would have to find it, and they would have to pat it, and if they get it right, then give them a point. So you could do it up to 5, or you could time them to see if they can get better and better and quicker at recognising the words and finding the words. So yeah, just a couple of ideas on how you can kind of keep learning the tricky words in a nice way. And most of the children always seem to really enjoy the tricky word song. So if you YouTube tricky words and sight words song, it's got the first video is with the yellow background, has all of the tricky words that we've been learning most recently, and all of the ones we have been learning. I think there are a couple of ones we haven't quite done yet, but like I said, we will get to them. So you could always do that as a little starter to your tricky word day, and they seem to really enjoy the song. It's quite catchy. So I would then say, have a go, listen to the song, and then you can choose one of the games to have a go at playing, and we will kind of keep up with you guys about adding a few more different games in there, but they are just a few to start. So good luck with the tricky words.